Back from the lake now, and I'm just taking in the weekend to try to figure out where to start again. Carrie's been busy all week. She has thirds on most everything. So we'll follow through this following week, I think, and put on fourths. The honey flow has started. The bloom, there's mid-bloom in some places on those early fields, but for the most part, right across the countryside, canola is just starting to bolt. And I think the hives are timed just perfectly for it. It may be a little bit behind, but we're going to follow through this week and just add a bunch of space on top and see exactly how heavy this flow hits. I have my summer crew showing up on Monday, so I have to make a bunch of work for them as we wait for the honey flow. And I do have a lot of work for them to do. We have pails to clean. I'm going to go pick up some frames. We have frames to build. I mean, we have this whole facility we need we need to clean up again. We have yards to mow. We have hives to box up. We have nukes we're going to have to check this next couple weeks, which can't come soon enough. I'm going to turn these nukes. I have a bunch of 5s and a bunch of 6s that we made up over the last month. And I'm going to transfer them all into 10 deeps. And the reason why I'm doing that is because I have this slog of brood comb I have to use up yet. I had a little higher expected loss than I anticipated this spring. And the deads just kept accumulating on me. So they've been all scraped through, cleaned up, and now they just sit and wait to be used. I have a reefer trailer that I typically keep, you know, the surge of dead out equipment like this just to keep them cooler and freeze them out, but I had trouble with the pump. So I went to rent one, and I'm on a waiting list to rent a reefer trailer. But I think I might be all right because I might be able to time as these nukes show viability, like show successful laying queen. I might be able to sort this in pretty quick just to make use. So I'll show you what I'm seeing here. Brood comb is just like a magnet for wax moth. And I have a light over there just to collect the moths. This is as cold as I can get for storage. The little fuckers, you know, they are making their appearance. That's a lousy comb anyways. I could probably call that one out. Just little dustings of webbing everywhere. Oop. And little wee live larvae everywhere. How much longer do I have here? Just like there's one there. So I have an infestation already. There aren't any treatments I can use to relieve this issue while in storage. The only thing I can really do is, well, cold storage for one. And this is as cold as I get. Freeze out, but I can't because my reefer's buggered. Light traps, I mean, they only work so well. And just this really delicious, wet smelling brood comb is attracting. It's the overwhelming smell. So I'll be hopefully getting this to use right away because we are beginning of July, beginning of August, end of August, it's all gone. So that's my plan to manage the wax moth anyways. And luckily I don't have a lot of brood combs to worry about. How many is there? 30, 60, 90, 100, 125 or so, if that. So 1,200 frames or so. Which probably won't be enough to turn all my nukes into 10 frame equipment, which will be good because then I can use it all up. Then I'll just run the rest in 6s. The hardest part about going on a vacation is getting back into the grind. Where to start? Where to start? All this to do. But at least I have a couple days grace here before my summer crew shows up. It's funny how things stage a little bit differently right across the countryside. I'm 10 miles away from the farm, and look at the advancement of the bloom here. Much more advanced than back home. It's caught me off guard a little bit. My neighbor contacted me and he wants me to pollinate his sweet clover. There's 55 acres of sweet clover just over there, practically in full bloom. Can't access any real nice spot over there to drop the bees, so I'm going to put them right on the edge of the field here. I'm just going to cut this hay, I think, today, so it'll leave me a nice little spot. Just park them in by these bales. There's a lot of bloom left in that, but I could have had a yard here probably 10 days ago. Probably could have had a flow going for 10 days already. Oh well, I'll get them in tomorrow morning. Oh, you can just smell it in the air right now. They're going to go absolutely nuts on that. So there's that sweet clover there. It's going to satisfy them for quite a while. And then there's late stage canola all over the place here. So this will be a nice little spot. Back in the grind. Early morning hive placement. Everything in straight lines. And as soon as they wake up, well, as soon as this weather passes, they will go directly to those flowers. These hives are primed. It's about a third full of honey. Two boxes of bees. Hives have just taken that step forward over this last week. It's really nice to see. We're going to make it back here this week. We're going to add 2 boxes to start with here. Ooh. That one's full. Maybe 3 boxes. Because they have all the flowers they need just over there. Yeah, we'll bring 3 boxes for these girls. I'm just poking around right now. I don't have my smoker with me, so I won't dig into them too much. I just want to see what's going on. Ooh. So I have burr comb on the lid, and I have eggs, so that's a really good sign. Get rid of the strip. See what we have here. These guys will need a box right away. It's been 22, no, it's been longer than that. These guys are the ones we just first started with. 23, 24 days. This is a hive that I noticed the queen was failing right off the start. So we pinched her off. One of the first ones we dropped the cell into. So they had a good brood nest going, and she's good. Look at that. This frame's a lousy frame, but it's full of all stages of larvae. I'm not going to dig too deep into them, I just want to take a peek. So these guys are up and ready to go. Whew. sheets of brood. They all need a box right away. Right away. Nice frame of capped brood, rimmed with mature larvae, rimmed with young larvae, rimmed with eggs. I mean, picture perfect. Textbook. As far as I'm going to go, this box is full of brood. And the feed, I could have a little more feed, but what I have is a brood nest, like the old brood nest, young brood nest, younger, rimmed with pollen, rimmed with feed right in the corners. It's so full of brood that the inside frames here don't have room for feed. But that's what these outside frames are for. Fresh nectar. Success. Okay. Here's your yard. We have thirds on. And Carrie put these thirds on last week. Just tied things over. Holy. We are full. Full of bees. These bees are gathering nectar. Ooh, that's heavy. That is full. Oh my goodness. That needs 2 boxes tomorrow. Boy, oh boy. I'm gonna have to plan things out here. This one's not as full, but working up into that top box. This one's full. We don't quite have the thirds on all the yards yet. My apiary kind of stages itself. Miami starts, and up around Altamont on top of the escarpment is usually a week later, and this year is no different. So we still have to put thirds on about 250 hives. That is full of nectar. Look at that. This one needs 2 boxes. So we are going to finish putting thirds on everything up on top of the escarpment, get them satisfied for space, and then slip back down here middle of the week and just start stacking. Anything that shows honey in the top box like this, I think we're going to give 2 boxes right off the mark. Anything that shows, that one needs 2 boxes. That one needs 2 boxes. That one needs 2 boxes. This one needs 2. Maybe, yeah. So they're just into that third there. These guys are just up in the third. They only get 1. And then when we come back around in about 10 days, we can, you know, give or take, just kind of equalize things out with space. All right. Just working in the third. Can't let myself get in too much of a panic here. Just in that third. Find myself so very often making assessments, and you know, I see a few very optimistic signs and panic, panic, go, go, go. And then as I go through more and more, kind of meters my frantic optimism to like, yep, I'm right on time. We're on pace. Just carry out with the initial plan. And that is what we'll be doing. Yeah, these guys, they'll get one box.